All right, all right. Welcome to Fuck Your Thoughts podcast. And tonight's episode is titled Free Validation. And on this episode, we will dive into the topic of how the need of validation can affect the community. We will break down the meaning and aspects of validation and how it plays a role in the growth or the breakdown of the village. Of course, we will talk our sass, get off task, and crack jokes in our West Tennessean lingo.
What's up, baby? Bo?
What it do?
They started talking about Jackson slang on y'all land. What's up, baby?
Guess where I went today?
Where?
The motherfucking African Street Festival.
Ah, the American Street. We need to go to the one in Nashville.
We did
Nashville.
go to the one in Nashville. It was
I
cool.
ain't been. Was it? Is still? Is it still at the JCM track, or did they move it
Nah,
back
they
to the
put it
first
back
one?
in front of TR. Right, it's on Hayes Street. I just
Oh,
still
okay.
don't think it'll ever be what it was when we was kids, and maybe that's because we had a certain level of innocence to us.
Or just different times. Back then, that was simple. We like simple shit. The simplicity of going to the African Street Festival was like, yes, even though I didn't have nobody's money, just being there and the vibe was just
Bro,
like,
everything cost so much. Then the lady was like, I'm not gonna let you. I was like, can I smell the oils? And she was like, well, COVID is real. So I'm
hmm,
gonna let her come and help you. So she come up and suggest and smell. I don't want to smell 52 smells because I'm having a headache.
ah,
Know what I'm looking for, just let me grab. But I just respected it. I just said, come on, let's go. We went down to another one and dude, he didn't care.
yeah,
So it made it like what for real? I don't know, but I get it. Everybody, how they different whatevers, but
yeah.
that just
I
kind of
just think I think we're in a time where everybody is really
it's
just being who
scary.
they want to be and doing what they want to do,
I don't
and
think
then
so.
just you don't think so?
No, I think a lot of people are
I
fear
mean, I think
based.
it's fear
I
based
mean,
and
but
they're
still, you
controlled.
doing what you want to do, I
Yeah,
guess.
you're choosing to do what you want to do. It's controlled, but a lot of people are just,
I
I
ain't
think
tripping. I
everybody,
wasn't tripping on it. I just chose to go elsewhere because
yeah,
I
because
don't
you
want
do what you want to do.
you. Yeah, like you not you suggesting things, but what you think. You asked me, what do you usually wear, ma'am? I can't remember. I
Right.
just
I
want
want to
to
smell this
if I
shit.
see one that I like, then I might want to go by the name, or I might want to go by, and I get it. So I
Yeah.
wasn't tripping. I just respected, I just respected her wishes. And I was like, okay, well, this your tent. You do shit how you want to do, and I'm just gonna go down here. Thank you. So
I'm gonna do shit how I want to do because I want to be able to
yeah,
touch and smell some shit.
right. Without you suggest, she was like, yeah, don't touch it. She's gonna come and damn, what was the word she used? She's gonna come and service you. Service me? Is this fucking the oil change place?
Right.
I
Man,
don't
say
know.
these goddamn oils, these African oils, and get the hell on.
Right, but I just was like, okay, so I try
Yeah.
not to make a big deal about whatever. But the little, so I just went down to the other little dude.
Okay. Okay.
But
Okay.
it was cool though. It
Yeah.
was what it was. It was expensive.
Yeah, I'm gonna say when we was younger, we didn't. I ain't never spent that, but just the vibe, the experience, just all the black people in Jackson, just at the
No,
African Street Festival,
it was all inclusive.
just doing what we want to do, just being at Hayes on Hayes Street from sun up to
And
sundown,
it
just
would
being
be, and I
wow.
guess maybe because I went up there early, but I went up there early because Jam had to go to work. But I went up
Yeah,
there early to kind of
yeah,
avoid.
yeah, everybody in the
Yeah,
rush. See, I ain't never go early on Sundays because they always was having church and stuff, and we was at
that's
church.
what it was having. It was church, and it was
Yeah,
cool.
and it was never. I ain't
Yeah.
never want to. I ain't. We always went after
I
church
didn't
and
know
stuff.
they done that until like I would go up there after when I was younger and we went to church. We would go up there after church, but it would be like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. So it'd be
Yeah,
kind of packed. But I didn't realize that they had like for real church service till I
Yeah,
worked
I was saying.
until I didn't know that until I actually was like a vendor. I didn't know that.
They used to have real church, and then they would always had they used to have the stilt walkers. Them used to be
See,
so
I didn't
fucking
have none
scary.
of that, but I believe that's probably over with.
Yeah, that's bad. Cause baby, them stilt walkers. If you want to scare me, bring them stilt walkers out. Ooh,
Yeah, I thought that shit was cool.
it was cool, but it was scary at the same time.
Nah, I
Then
ain't,
they used to have the best concerts. They used to bring the best.
I
That's
ain't
why I
get
got to hear Gil Scott Heron for the first time, first and only
yeah.
time,
I ain't
and
gonna
I
say
did not know who he was. Uh,
I ain't gonna say it ain't that, but it's just a different vibe, and I know it's just because it's a different time,
it's a
and it's
different
I'm
time,
older, and it's just different.
and
But it was
really,
cool
I mean,
though. I got what I wanted, and the kids got
yeah.
what they wanted, so I ain't tripping.
But
It's
then too, when you think about it, I think a lot of back then it was more of a community feel. But a lot of people are getting away from the whole African American thing anyway. Like African Street
yeah,
Festival, we really ain't Africans, bro. Like, come
we not.
on, let's keep it a bean. And so that's what I meant when I said earlier, people are really starting to do what they
And
want to
that's
do.
that's what that's really how I felt. I was like, and I hate the word woke, but
People are awake. I hate the word woke too. I like awake.
yeah, I think
We're
I think
awake.
that I don't know
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it. It was what it was. It was a
Yeah.
nice it was a nice event. Let's put it like that. It was well. You could tell it was well put together, though. I will say that.
Yeah, because that's the whole thing. That was what was going on with the Essence Festival this year.
It was
A lot of these things have lost the essence or the what carried them because I think a lot of black people are really digging into who they are
yes, and
and
seeing
realizing
a lot
like,
of their lives or like what?
yeah, like, and it did, and then you got to think about it. When we was younger, we was going back in the late '90s, early 2000s. That's when Black people were just coming off the whole Africa, the
Yeah,
late '80s, '90s, Back to Africa movement. So it was a sense of us
the
still trying to figure out
connection.
who we are
And then you have to think
as a
about
people.
how like soccer and all that stuff
Yeah,
was like super big and
yeah,
had a lot of support. So, and I think like the validity of that too kind of
yeah.
decreased. Like, is this really valid anymore?
Right, anymore. Right, and we're moving into a new age where
Yeah.
it's not so
But it still
much
was good.
group.
I got what I wanted though, so
Yeah, it was just good to get with you
it was good.
sometimes. You just and like with our kind of along the lines of our topic before we get into it, it's like people are moving away into their smaller
Groups.
domains.
Hmm.
Yeah,
The
it's not
community
about the
is getting
collective.
smaller. It's not about being big like it used to be.
Yeah, and you can and this the thing is the smaller groups make up the collective, but now people are getting to who they're finding their people, their tribes as
Hmm.
they call it. And so there's no need for that. And we needed that stuff like the African Street Festival because we had no idea. But now that
Right.
people are tapping into themselves and being okay with the idea of, well, maybe we're this and we're finding out who we really are, we're falling back from a lot of that too.
I think so. I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really do. And that falls into like just like you said, self identity and
Yeah.
knowing without just going blindly based on what somebody has taught you.
All right. And we went blindly because we really had no idea. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? We had gotten
And you
so
can't
far
you,
from
know, you can't do better till you know better for real.
right. And we had gotten so far from our groups and people that told us we did this, we came from here, we came from there, we this, that, dirt, dirt, dirt. And we're really finding out, no, we're not none of that. Like we know
Exactly.
it's starting to learn who we are. So do we really need
To
that?
be validated like that.
Yeah, like no.
No,
Mm-mm.
no, no.
We outside validating ourselves. Come on now.
Man, freely.
Free
So,
your
hey,
mind and the rest
I
will
will
follow.
talk to you, however you say that.
Do what?
Somebody is in the chat.
I'm not in. I've got my
I was
word up.
just speaking to them. Yeah, God, that's what I was about to ask you. Do you have your word?
I do for Nafisa's nuances. Clock that. Forgot we had made
I did my
names.
fingers.
Or I forgot we had made names for our little segment.
Yeah, yeah, I
So
did.
today, within the Feast's nuances, the word of the day for August 31st, 2025, according to Merriam-Webster, is simpatico. 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 It is an adjective, which means, oh, wait, back up. What it means. Simpatico typically describes two or more people or things with shared qualities, interests, etc. It can also be described as someone who is agreeable or likable. Example, even though they weren't always simpatico with regard to the direction of their company, the pair managed to be successful partners for more than 35 years. Hmm.
Hmm.
So that kind of goes along with what we are hmm,
It did. Is it what language is it?
what simpatico.
Yes.
So it comes from the Latin noun sympathia, which
Okay,
means
that's what
sympathy, but it was borrowed into English from both the Italian simpatico and Spanish simpatico. In
I thought.
those languages, the words has been chiefly used to describe people who are well liked or easy to get along with.
Okay. I just was trying
Mhm.
to place the root word.
All this
That
shit Latin.
it
Yeah,
is.
English is Germanic. Is English is
English
a whole
is
bunch of
known.
Germanic tribes mixed together. English is a much language per se.
It's one of the hardest languages to learn. Okay, so for what did I call mine? Cammy's Connections.
Yep.
I'm pulling from the Empath Empowerment deck, and I pulled Honor Your Sensitivities. Your sensitivities are a gift. Be proud of who you are. Put your hand over your heart and inwardly say, I embrace my loving heart. Boy, that's wild. That shit
Okay.
I
I
made.
embrace my loving
Did you hear
hearts.
my voice get shaky?
You just want to cry.
Yeah, I will. I'll cry real fast.
I heard.
Yes, I don't know. I just been in my heart space.
Oh, that's good.
So yeah.
Sometimes you need to be in your heart
And
space.
honor your sensitivities. Let me be sensitive. I knew you
Sensitivity,
was gonna sing that
a
shit.
man like me. Don't want a man that'll give you
And you know
money.
what's
Tell
crazy?
me
I'm
not
finna
what
tell you
you
this.
need.
This wild. I shuffled the cards and pulled the same shit. I'm dead.
Okay.
So
Our
yes,
president.
huh?
What you say, Ralph? What you say, Uncle Ralph? You need a man with sensitivity, baby.
Or just honor your own. Sometimes it ain't about needing your nobody outside of you. It's just shit. What it is, validate yourself by honoring
Hmm.
your sensitivities. This is what I know triggers me, or not necessarily trigger like trauma trigger, but just makes me acknowledge who I am. These are my sensitivities.
Hmm.
So yeah, I think that makes sense to me. Oh shit, somebody is shooting in my neighborhood.
Oh God, that's what that was. It sounded like a fucking fireworks.
Okay, well, Lord.
Okay, little Chirac, you better duck.
I
Get
don't,
away, get away from the windows.
it might have been a,
Good, it sound like a firework.
it was giving firework, but it's always questionable. You can hear that?
Yes, I heard the first boom. I was like, okay,
No, I only heard one.
fireworks.
You heard two?
I just heard one.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Well, Lord, let me get down.
Folk be shooting.
Everywhere, not just in certain
Girl,
places.
everywhere people be shooting, because baby, in my neighborhood, 4th of July and New Year's, I try my damnedest not to be at home
Do you hear? Or
because
outside in
or
general, just
outside
lay
because them
down
little
on the
guys,
couch.
and stay a street across the street from me, baby. When I tell you they be toting guns like motherfucking the Wild Wild West,
But quit telling them folk business.
don't nobody know where I live.
They
Shit.
need to tow guns like the fucking Wild Wild West.
Girl, they be toting them like the Wild Wild West, baby. I saw one little boy. I looked at the one a couple weeks ago. He was zooming by in a Wagoneer, a rental car. Then he pulls up to the house, gets out. He getting transporting bags, put them in the back of the SUV. Pulls his shirt up, girl. He got a whole extendo clip in the back. I said, "Oh Jesus, I
Yeah,
didn't want to see that."
you might need to befriend them. Shit, you never know.
Girl, I might just need to turn my head and mind my motherfucking business.
Mhm. Right. Just in case you
Cause
need an
I'm good.
extendo though. I'm just saying.
Right. And it was a red. I said, where they get a red extendo from? Lord, gee, they be 3D printing these guns. Jesus be a
I ain't
fit.
mad at them. Get it how you can.
I ain't either, but I don't want no parts of it. I'm good over here.
Man, what
Me
you
and
say?
mine's across the streets.
Hey,
Oh,
just
girl, this rain. Oh, it's raining fat. Oh,
it's
let me roll
raining.
my window. Girl,
Hey,
yes, it was not supposed to rain. Girl, this rain just popped up at the blue.
it'll be fall in the morning. All the leaves will be on the ground. The leaves falling where I live. Is they falling where you live? It's
They is
August.
fall. They are falling where I live, baby. I said,
But
oh, it's
it's August.
I said my grass. It's shit. It's September the 1st tomorrow. I said my
So
little grass ain't gonna
that
need
mean by
cutting.
October it's gonna be snow. It's gonna be full fledged winter.
We are not having a fall. This shit finna go from straight summer to winter.
What is this? Why is it going so
Girl,
fast?
I don't know. And I told you last week, girl, they was spraying the shit out the sky. They have not sprayed all summer. I kid you not. The sky has been pretty blue. But last week, baby, they was letting it rip. All the mornings when you wake up and it was cold, and it wasn't like a ease in the fall cold. It was like a
Oh,
I
it
need a
was like
jacket cold.
the football game is tonight, Cole.
Yes. But you know what? This is the first year that I have really I'm looking forward to fall kind of sorta.
Why?
I don't know, cause I want to just lay and sit in my house and lay in the bed all day, every day.
But you still gotta go to work.
I mean, yeah, I still gotta go to work, but this fall I feel like I'm finna be at home under the covers, rubbing my feet together.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know. That's all I did yesterday. That's all I did yesterday.
Cause
I was
it's
in there by
relaxed
myself.
time, for real.
Huh?
It's relaxed time. Ain't nobody get. I have come to the conclusion that I'm not letting nothing stress me.
No. Cause
Ever,
why?
I don't know. I mean, I because you be trying to go through life and get everything done, and
And
but
sometimes everything ain't gonna get done, and sometimes some shit ain't
I
gonna
do
get
know.
done.
I mean, I know that part. I'm just saying. You asked me whatever you said, so that was my answer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I already know shit ain't gonna get done. I'm a firm believer. Leave that shit, and it'll be there tomorrow.
Show the fuck will. And if I can get it till tomorrow,
And
if I
if it
don't
do be there tomorrow, the only reason why it ain't gonna be there is either because I didn't make it to tomorrow, or somebody threw it away.
exactly. And if it make it to tomorrow, I might not do it still. Shit. It might just
I
be
might
sitting
not
there
do it
looking.
till 4 days later.
Exactly. So yeah, I felt so good yesterday. I was kinda and I know I'm having to learn how to just rest and be in my peace
Yeah,
because I was at home, the kids was there. It was me and the kids, and I was just in the room by myself. And I was like, "Oh, I need to get up. Let me go wash some clothes. I'm just looking for something to do." And I was like, "You know what? Fuck them clothes and fuck them dishes. I'm finna just relax. I slept so damn good and peacefully. Ooh,
that's good.
that's the
You
best sleep.
have to take, and that's really all like is goes back into taking care of your nervous system.
Yes. Because, like I said, I know I have come to the realization as an adult, I'm going to have to work a job because I'm going to have bills until I die.
Yeah,
And that's just the reality. Like, it took me forever. It's like you know these things, but then it's like in the back of your mind, you still be fighting it like, fuck, why I got to have a job? Why I got bills to pay? But I have come to the resolute. This is just what the fuck. I asked to come here, and so I just gotta play by the rules and to a certain extent if I want to survive here. Now I could not play by the rules and live on the streets too.
Or you could not play by the rules and go to jail.
Exactly. But there's two things I know I'm gonna have to do is work and pay some motherfucking bills.
I'm just
And
over
I'm
it.
okay.
I understand it too. I don't
Yeah.
mean I don't mean like I don't like it though.
Yeah, it is, and I'm not saying that I like it.
Love with that shit.
Yeah, I ain't saying I like it, but I have had to come to the realization because I used to be in shock every time my bills roll around. Like I didn't know they was finna roll around.
God damn it,
Like,
they're coming again.
yeah, like this is I'm having a confessional moment. Like, bro, I be like, God damn,
I can't
bill
believe
time.
this.
Oh. But it's like, bro, I just had to be like, bitch, you know these bills coming every month. Like, is what are you doing? They coming.
I'm 100% feel that, bro. Because every month I be like, oh my God, I just paid this shit.
Yeah. Like that shit is a surprise. A
It do
motherfucking
be a surprise because it seems like the month be coming so fast.
but
God
really is it a
damn.
surprise? Cause you know if I ain't got nothing else to do, I got to
It's
pay
not
this
a
motherfucking
surprise
bill.
because I've been paying bills for forever. I'm just saying. It's
Right.
like the bigger your bills get, the more you be like, oh my fucking God.
Will
I'm
it ever
so sick
stop?
of this shit. Why like
Right. Like will it ever?
when you stop being like, I'm sick of this shit and you just accept it and be like, okay,
Yes.
it's gonna be as bad.
Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. When you finally accept and stop acting like that shit is a surprise when the first and the fifth roll around, stop being shocked.
Or
You
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 just
relax.
pay
So
what you can pay. You ain't even gotta
yeah,
let me not give people Bobby Hemmett advice. Just pay the
everybody
first minimum.
motherfuckers know pay what you can pay. But long and like I said, I had to realize long as I have a job and I can pay them bills, I'm good. Like let me
For
relax. Now if I lose my job, then I'ma start panicking. But right now, I got a job and these bills finna keep coming, so let me keep paying them. Shit.
Man, I just see it. But in the back of my head, like in the very back, in the corner of my head, I still have wishful thinking that one day the bills gonna go away. Please. I just can they just go away? In the back of my mind, that's just wishful. I just like, ooh, I just know one day in 2033, it's not gonna be no more bills. They gonna be gone. Ain't
They just
nobody
go
gonna have
disappear.
bills. Everything is gonna be cool. We can just eat off the land and shit.
Man,
That's
and
what
that's what I'm saying. The internet be setting us up for the okie doke too, because the
it
internet will
do.
have you whole out here like, yeah, yeah, this shit finna end. They finna get Trump. They finna do this. We even have to pay no bit. Girl, listen. Let
Woo.
me stop right there. I am 41, and what I do know, regardless of what they do in the politics and
You
the
gotta
interest
have
rates,
some bills.
you better pay your motherfucking bills, because they not gonna stop.
Mm-mm.
So when I
Don't
had
blow
that idea, huh?
I said it don't blow shit.
Man, I'm okay with life now because I'm 41 and it took me 20 years to realize that bills don't
But
stop.
I don't care if I'm 59. In this right corner in the back of my mind, I just hold on to that little bit of delusion. It make my day better.
It do. It delusion is it makes life easier pill to swallow.
It do. So I just feel like even if it be 2039, I'm still gonna think in 2033. I'm just I'm just talking shit. I'm just playing. But for
Now
real,
listen, by 2039, if I'm still in my same house, now I'm gonna have a house note. I still have taxes, but my house will be paid off.
what year is this?
Girl, this is 2025. It's 15, 14, 15 more
I just
years.
feel like I've been paying bills for a long time, bro.
Hey, what they say? Y'all be in a rush to get grown, but what's out
I
there for you
sure was
when you
in a
get
rush to get
grown?
grown. I sure moved that faster than I had to, but I was ready to go.
But what's out there? Listen, we talking to the children. PSA to the children, the teenagers, the college students. The only thing in life that's out there after school is what?
Bill.
Jobs and bills.
Whew, and learn how to control your fucking emotions.
And that's it. That's
Man,
it. If you can
that's
manage that, you can make it.
for real.
If
Okay.
you can.
That shit was
All right,
fun.
we gonna get to
That
the
shit is
topic,
good.
y'all.
All
We just
right,
had to
so
get y'all a little entertainment
we
real
do.
quick.
It's gonna be entertaining the whole time. All right, so really what we talking about is validation. Like, so validation means the action of checking or proving the validity or accuracy of something. But it also can mean recognition or affirmation that a person or their feelings or opinions are valid or worthwhile.
Mm.
And in psychology, it means the communication that a person's internal experiences, thoughts, feelings, and behaviors are understandable and make sense within specific contexts. So,
Ah,
understanding or being able to see perspectives or experience.
okay.
If I said, like, when you was talking about you are okay now because you understand that you have to pay bills, and
Yeah,
I said I completely feel that.
yeah.
That's a basic
Form of validation.
example of validation.
Right.
Okay, so like the key aspect, huh? What's that feedback? Oh, okay. So the key aspects of validation would be acceptance without agreement, which means I don't have to agree everything that you think, feel, or how you behave, but I can accept it because that's who you are. Empathy and understanding, that's self-explanatory. You empathize or and understand somebody. Communication of care. So if I'm dealing with you and I can communicate with you openly instead of it being like a chaotic conversation, or I'm trying to force you to believe what I believe, or you
Right.
trying to force me to believe what you believe. We just communicating with care.
And we're giving various aspects and perspectives. And our perspectives may not be the same and it may not be the thing, but it's well, like I always say, agree to disagree.
Right.
Like we
Acceptance
still have to
without
respect. And to me, validation is even though you may not agree with what, or you may not understand where I'm coming from or agree with it, still respect the fact that I have an opinion. You know what I'm
right.
saying? To me, that's a form of validation
Mm-hmm.
just in itself. Just even though I know, like, you may not like what I'm saying, you may not agree with it, but just give me that respect to be like, okay, well, that's cool. That's your opinion. That's how you feel. That's you.
Yeah.
I understand.
And then once you're able to do like you said and understand, well, just respect what I'm saying, that enables individuals to foster a connection,
Hmm.
which means okay, well, I can if I'm respecting what you're saying and you're respecting what I'm saying, even if we don't agree, there's
Right.
still, we still have a connection, and that still will enable us to complete the overall whatever we're trying to get done.
Right. Right.
And
And that goes back to the word of the day, shit, simpatico
right,
as well. But I digress.
I know I ate too much food. I'm too full. I
Bro,
need to
I am too, bro. I
I need
had
to
some
go throw up.
I had some damn crystals, girl, and they were so underwhelming. I was so excited to get them. And I was like, bro, they don't put no salt and pepper on these motherfucking burgers.
No, and that shit probably look like pink slime when they put it on that little grill.
I don't know. They look like little dog patties when it was on
What the fuck is a
on the
dog?
bread. They look like
I don't know
dog
what
food.
that is.
But
All
he had no
right,
taste.
overall, the last key aspect of validation is it supports self worth. So even
Right.
though you really don't want to search and look outside of yourself for validation, it helps, especially when you're dealing with, say, somebody that you have a intimate relationship with, or your children, or if you work
Hmm.
with children. Children. I think children require the most validation.
Yes, because when you're growing up, you don't really know anything. So I say, for example, my 3 year old, I have to validate her all day, every day, which is fine because I know she's a little baby.
Baby, yeah,
So she's looking for her, validation means that she's doing something right, or this is something that she should be doing or shouldn't be doing. And looking for external validation starts off early. So
it
if you get the proper validation that you need emotionally, mentally, and physically, by the time you get to a certain age, you should be able to validate yourself.
you
And so
should.
what happens many times, we don't get validated as kids. Your
Mhm.
emotions or how you feel about something, your parents just brush it off like, oh, don't do that. No, don't cry. No, you shouldn't do this. And so over time, you push all your stuff to the back and you haven't been validated. Like, damn, maybe I needed to cry or feel that way about something. You know what I'm
And
saying? I'm
that's
fucking,
how like that in that book I read the mastery of love and the mastery of self, when they talk about domestication. So instead
yeah.
of your emotions, your feelings and thoughts or whatever being validated, you're domesticated or taught to think, well, let me behave
What's
like this.
socially right, what's socially acceptable.
Yeah, even
Because
though,
I can remember as a child when I was younger, I was the biggest crybaby. I was so emotional. Like from the time when it was just me and my father up until like middle school, I would just bust out crying at random times. Like I just really had a deep space for my mother. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? My heart felt a loneliness and a longing from my mother plenty of times. So that would make me cry just out the blue. And a lot of times my dad would be like, "What you crying for? You don't need to cry." But my aunt used to just tell him, just let her have her moments. You know what I'm saying? She needs
yeah.
to cry. Like let her have that space.
Yeah,
And for me
holding
that
you
meant
crying makes is what makes you crazy.
right. And for me that was a big help. My aunt Matana, man, I love my aunt. But like she just always taught me that she's a Scorpio. And she
Mhm.
always taught me to hold that space for my mama and for myself. Like, if you need to
Yeah.
cry, go cry. Go in the room, cry by yourself, but that's your feelings and it's okay to feel that way. And for my daddy to be as sensitive as he is,
You know what? I think it hit different when it be a daddy dealing with their daughter's emotions, regardless of how sensitive that man is. A lot of times, I
yeah,
think it'd be hard for men to see their daughters cry, hurt, or anything
yeah,
because they have been taught or not validated a lot of times themselves to deal with those emotions. Like I don't even know what to do
right.
with this. Like what do I supposed to do? I cry
What do
with
I do with this? Right. I'm not
do
understanding
I
what he's crying
acknowledge
about.
a lot of times, and then when you try to talk, a lot of it's gonna come out, and I just gonna do, I just, and so that they don't have
Yeah,
patience for that because what am
right.
I supposed to do with this?
Right. And that's what it was more so like, what you crying about? Really ain't nothing you can do but just keep going, which
Right.
I understand, but at the same time, like I just needed that space. And I was so young that I couldn't
That's what I
explain to
was
him
gonna
why I was
say.
crying.
And that I don't know what to do with this a lot of times be because you're older and you've experienced things that hurt you. So like
Yeah.
I was talking in that last episode about shit, is this gonna help me go pay my bill? Yes or no? If it ain't, then what
Hmm.
you trying for? But when you 9 or you 15 and
Hmm.
you hadn't experienced a lot of things, so that's gonna really, to make you cry, make you feel you're gonna be more open to paying attention to that emptiness in your heart space
Right.
because you haven't been hurt.
Right. You haven't really been hurt before.
Yeah, you
And so a
haven't
lot of times
experienced it
and when you're younger and you experience how you don't know where to go with it or where it's
or
coming
what to
from. And
do
so
with
that's
it.
and I'm saying that to say young people need validation a lot of
They
times.
do.
They really need validation for, and I'm not just saying just their feelings, but when they certain things that they do, They need validation. Like I said, my 3-year-old changes clothes at least 2 or 3 times a day. She loves dresses. And
You
when
be
she
teaching
comes
her
in
to
there,
wash
she's like, oh,
clothes.
my dress. Look at my dress. I have to be like, oh my gosh, Nola.
Yeah.
Oh, this is so beautiful. But the smile that it puts on her face and the confidence that has been instilled in her is priceless. Like I
Yeah.
didn't get to do that with my other 3 kids because I was just so stressed out and I wanted them to be molded to look a certain way or do a certain way. And now that I'm
Mhm.
older and I get a chance to do it differently and I'm not as stressed as I was because I do have the help and support, I get to actually validate my 3-year-old's
Mhm.
feelings and opinions.
And I want to go just a little bit like further into that and talk about how what are some ways that you can practice validation. Like you gave a good example with just telling her how beautiful she is and helping her express her creativity. But when you do that, you should give whomever you're trying to help validate full attention, be
Yeah.
non-judgmental,
Yes.
reflect and verbalize, name emotions, and acknowledge content. And that's like that example you just gave. You did all of that. You was giving her your full attention,
Yes.
not judging what she wanted. Even if she had went in there and put on a polka dot dress and some striped pants and some heels, you still would have given her the same. You know how little kids, you be like, "What the fuck? How did you put this shit
Where
together?"
did you put that thing? Right. But it
But
don't
if
even
it's
matter.
they
And
own, they like it because it might be, oh, I like the colors in these zigzags, or I thought those polka dots is cute. That's their own creativity.
yes, that's
Even
their
when you deal
own.
with bigger kids, like I let
Yes.
my kids draw and create shit, and they still reach for validation.
Mhm. Yes.
Even
And
with the
also when you,
opposite sex, like when
yeah.
kids get into their teen years, a lot of times boys need validation from the opposite sex and the girls
Yeah.
as well, so that like you got two types of validation. You have external and then you have self-validation. But if you're never
Mhm.
externally validated by whomever's supposed to fill those buckets, then you're going to be searching everywhere when you get older because you don't have
Mhm.
self-validation.
Right. And that goes back to community validation. So you think about, you said teenagers. Teenagers need validation from their peers. You
They
can
do.
get validation from your parents, but when you're getting into
Like
your
my mama,
teenage
what the
years,
fuck my mama talking about? Nothing.
right, she talking about shit. She
Even
don't
though
know
it
shit about
matters,
shit.
it matters. Like I can see that, like my kids love to see me in the stands. They want to see me there supporting them, but
Yes,
they still take into account of what their friends think as well.
yes.
So
Your peers, and your comrades. Comrades
right,
are people. Well, peers are more to me somebody in a more social setting. A comrade is in a work setting
yeah,
or a professional setting. So even as adults, a lot of times it's so easy to say you got to validate yourself, but when you're dealing with certain aspects of your life, you need some
you
type
need
of
somebody to help you
validation.
or to at
Yes, and it
least show you how to validate yourself. That's like when I
yeah,
started doing that little program or whatever. I have for somebody to show me how to affirm myself because I had lost
yeah,
everything.
yeah.
So, like, okay, so I do want to give a definition of community
Okay.
as since we're gonna talk about how validation affects the community. The community is a group united by a shared characteristics, interests or goals, and it contributes to the well-being of all in the community through with that validation. So
Hmm.
if you
Yeah.
don't validate your teenagers, then what are you going to end up with?
Shit. Somebody seeking validation.
Outside of
Yeah.
themselves. So that means a lot of times they're going to do whatever they have to do
It
to be
takes.
validated. And a lot of times when they get older, that behavior turns negative because the positive
Hmm.
shit wasn't working. So now I'm
Yeah, the
finna start
positive
beating
didn't
up
come on.
people. I'm gonna be a bully. I'm gonna be a mean girl. I'm gonna be whatever because I didn't receive what I needed to receive.
Right. So the
Now,
validation that you didn't get, you're going to invalidate somebody else that way.
yes. And hurt people hurt people.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
did nobody validate my looks and my hair? So I'm finna talk shit about everybody else hair that I see, and I'm finna bully these bitches with this pretty hair, even though I like your hair.
And so and that leads to, instead of me being able to say, "Oh my God, I love your hair, it's so pretty," I might say something like, "That shit ain't even real."
You think you cute, don't you? You
You
ugly.
think that I cannot stand? Excuse my hand clapping, but that brought out everything in me. When people say, "You think you cute, don't you?" Or "Who you trying to be cute for?" Bitch, yes, I do think I'm cute, and my motherfucking self.
So I'm being cute for myself. So that goes to friend groups. A lot of times as friends and girlfriends, we talk shit, and it's cool to talk shit, but sometimes just be nice and
Be
validate your friends. Like,
positive.
yeah,
Right.
be
I tell
positive. You
mine
and
all
like
the time,
like
you look pretty.
and and like we said, it's some things you may not like or agree with, but find something to be positive about. Like that's a learned behavior. It's like and we're saying that, yeah, you have to validate yourself, but if you have a community of people that you call your friends or your that are close to you, it's
Hmm.
still
Your
you have
village.
to, yeah, you still have to validate and help boost up your friends and help. That's the whole point of community, boost each other up. So
And I,
you may not like her outfit, and you could be like, girl, I don't really like that outfit, but find something that you do like. Your
right.
hair cute today. Oh, them shoes fine.
Exactly.
Them shoes fine. Like, give
But
them some.
even if you don't like the outfit, like I see some things where like somebody will put something on social media and you can really see that it's really not flattering of that person. And then
Yeah,
somebody can say, "Oh, she don't got no friends." Now I think there is a time and a place where you might be like, "Friend, I don't
that is
think
not cute.
I don't think you should wear that. Like maybe you need
Yeah,
to."
and I'm not
Or,
saying send your friend out,
yeah, yeah.
or maybe,
I wanted to clarify on it because people would
yeah,
think that, yeah, like no, I'm gonna tell
yeah.
you, you need don't wear that shit.
Yeah, and I'm not saying being fake. And so
Yeah,
maybe what I'm trying to say is validation, even though I may not agree or like with it, validation is still giving you some attention and letting you know.
right. Or just speaking positivity in you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I want to give some examples of different types of like examples of where people can consider it community. So
Okay.
you have clubs, your job, teams, church, family. You can have virtual communities. You can have like different activities that you participate in. Like say for instance, if you in a book club, that's a community
Hmm.
where you might need a type of validation. Or if you are in a gang, I hate to, whatever, but let's be realistic.
Hmm.
A lot of times kids reach out to those places for validation. So
Hmm.
you're gonna get it, and I'm not saying that that's always a bad thing or it's always a good thing. Everything has its positives and negatives. Everything has balance.
And
So
until you're able to assure yourself, you're gonna find assurance for somebody. And
yeah,
so sometimes it may be through a gang or whatever, but we all are humans and we need we need
yeah,
community. We need that connection. I ain't even gonna say it's got to be a full community, but we need some type of connection to make sure that we're going in the right direction
exactly.
or to
Because
feel,
you
huh?
go ahead.
No. I was done.
I was gonna say because when you don't have those connections to where you can receive some form of outside validation, that's where it leads to certain things that occur when you don't. So you can have a breakdown of trust and
Hmm.
psychological harm, low self
Hmm.
worth and self doubt,
Hmm.
emotional dysregulation, isolation and disconnection, or just overall mental health issues like
What you
depression,
say? A
anxiety,
trip in them grippy socks.
my grippy side vacation, PT,
Man.
PTSD, self harming, trauma bonds, to where you might feel like, okay, well, this is how I have to live my life because nobody ever validated me and
Mhm.
showed me that I'm worth more than that.
And
So
you'll be
now
accepting all types of
all
bullshit.
type of shit. Why is you dating? Why is you? What the fuck?
Because I did. He's the only one who validated me,
He
girl, at
told
the
me that I
time.
was beautiful. That's why I
And
think
I
it's
didn't
very
know.
important for
I
dudes to
didn't.
validate their daughters.
hmm I didn't know he was gonna do me like this, but he was so nice at
He
first.
was so nice for 3 months, and then now I'm trying to pick my face up off the ground.
Or
Just
now that nigga ain't doing nothing. He just sitting around looking crazy. Ain't
trying.
working no job.
And let me tell you what you should do when you get on Tubi TV. Tubi TV. Boy, Tubi TV will make you be like, you know what? Let me just make sure I self validate myself. Cause I be watching like, and I don't know how I always end up down this rabbit hole on Tubi TV, but I just like, cause I think it's because I like they're similar to like some of the books and stuff I used to read, and the storylines be so good. But I still
Mhm.
just be like, God damn, how the hell did you end up in this situation? Okay, let's figure out how you gonna get out of it. So
Mhm.
I don't know. I like it. It just be interesting. I like all type of movies, but sometimes I just take me a Tubi TV rabbit hole trip.
I watched a movie on Tubi TV. It was made back in 1986. It's called Chameleon Street, and it was actually good. This is off topic, but it ain't. But it was about a guy who he was a black dude. It was a black movie, and he basically was like, the movie Catch Me If You Can, Leonardo DiCaprio. He was
Mm-hmm.
bored with life and he was broke and he was like, you know what? I'm just finna be whoever the fuck I want to be whenever I want to be. This motherfucker, he was validating himself. One day he was cleaning carpets at his daddy's business. The next day he woke up, his wife was pregnant. He's like, and she was like, you need to go to work and get a job. This man walked into the doctor's office in the hospital and said he was a intern at the hospital, girl, that gave up some paperwork and he was in the hospital working. Then the next week he's like, I'm bored with this. He turned into a writer. The next week he turned to something else. But it was
He
funny.
had to be a Gemini.
Okay, that's all I was thinking. I was like, this nigga is a Gemini because the way he was talking and his communication and his thoughts were very clear. And he knew exactly what he was doing and he planned everything out to a T and he went through with it. And he just was like, this is just what I want to do. Like, I just want to experience this. I'm gonna do it. And I was like, damn, he's giving Gemini. And that man had about 5 or 6 different jobs. And when he got tired of it, he moved on to something else. But
But
it's
isn't
called
that not how you supposed to live life though? Like,
It
do
is.
you
It is.
really do you like? And I get it. Like I don't understand how do you have the same job for 45 years?
Cause
And
that
I mean,
bitch.
I get how it can happen because time just speed up once you hit 40, it be going 90 miles an hour. But hold on,
Mm-hmm.
how I mute myself? Ain't no ISIS. We gonna be there. Go see.
Oh, and then
Go.
we talking about validation of validity. This all goes back to science. Ooh,
I,
okay. I just said rude. I used to look barks sound a little old.
ISIS is
I
old
forget. I used to sound like she got a little frog in her throat.
because she don't never bark.
But she heard somebody.
See you the dog. She looking at me. Shit.
Mhm.
ISIS, you
Mhm.
interrupting. Go on now. Now,
Mhm.
ISIS, you doing a good job. Good job,
Right.
ISIS.
Validate her because if somebody come in, she gonna be like, bitch, you told me
You
last time
told
don't
me to
bark.
shut
Told me to be quiet, bitch.
up.
I'm quiet.
Right.
But now we're talking about validity. That made me think about science, like internal and external validity.
Yes.
Hmm. I could
Even if
never.
it ain't even gotta be science, it could be any type of research that you're doing. If you don't, if the research that's being performed is not valid, then it's not gonna be accurate.
Mm.
We did that when I did girl, I don't know, ain't none of these motherfucking doors. Okay. Okay, I'm sorry. I got thrown out for a second. I was trying to see what was it. I just get some twinkle toes on her feet.
Okay.
Okay, I'm back. Okay.
Okay,
So
so I'm reading about in science. So this is what it says. It says higher internal validity often means greater control over variables within the study, which may reduce external validity as a controlled environment differs from the real world.
and they do that too when you are studying behavior. I was trying to
For
place in
real.
my mind. Yes, the validity of, like, say if you're trying to change a behavior and then you
Hmm.
have to justify why you trying to change it. What is the validity of the reasoning behind trying to change this behavior?
Hmm.
Is it a
Hmm.
valid reason to change it? So say for
Hmm.
instance, if the behavior is, oh, I be head banging, that's a very valid, you have plenty valid reasons why you would want to stop that. But if
So
it
you
was,
have to go. You have to figure out if it's an external or internal. What I mean, what is the
yeah,
process?
what causes it,
Hmm.
then what behavior can be used to replace it, how you going to
Hmm.
implement the steps to change that behavior. It's a
So
very,
basically, reprogramming programming their internal validity.
yeah, same way
So
they
so it
do with,
sounds so when I read this, it sounds like the more internal validity you have, which means you have greater control, means that the external validity goes
it's
down. It's
smaller.
not needed. And
Yeah,
so vice versa, the more external validity you have, the less internal validity.
yeah. So then that's the same. You can do, and to simplify that, that's like what's influence, like influences. Like if you took that and related it to children, your outside influences versus you not being a follower.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you
Mm-hmm.
take that validity or lack of validity that will lead to all of those negative aspects, how that affects the community is it leads to erosion of trust and social cohesion,
Mm-hmm.
divisive divisiveness and conflict within the community, stifled communication, and reinforcing oppressive dynamics.
Mm-hmm.
So when you have lack of validation for individuals, it does negatively affect the community. So
Mm-hmm.
some good examples to look at, when you trying to apply some of those negative aspects of lack of
Mm-hmm.
validation. You can see it in school, you can see it in
Mm-hmm.
prisons and jails, you can see it in church, you can see it in individual cities or countries, you can see it in families, relationships, and you can see it on social media just by the amount of attention that people want and require, especially on social media. How you build your confidence or your ego is built up based on social media validity.
Mm-hmm. And that's still an external control.
Very
So
much.
internal and external validity often appear as opposing forces.
Yep.
Increasing controls for the internal validity can make a study less like the real world, which lowers external validity. So external validity is the real world. Internal validity is
Your feelings and thoughts and
your
shit.
controlled environment, which is your inside.
Yeah. So if you have high internal validity, then what's happening outside of you is not really going to affect you. Is that right? right? Oh shit, she went away. Okay, so I found a quote that says
Okay,
the
I'm back.
only
Sorry.
validation I was going to read my quote.
My bad.
The quote, the only you good, the only validation you need is from your own self because people will respect, validate, see, treat, and love you the way that you do. Never,
Mm.
I have no idea who this. But if you basically what they're saying is how you treat yourself is how other people are gonna treat you.
Okay, how you see yourself is how others see you. The internal is the external validates you how you internally validate yourself.
Yeah. I think yeah. Wait, what how you feel about yourself is how the world is gonna treat you. So internal affect
Hmm.
yeah. Okay. That makes sense. I used to
But
do
but
but
like we said, when you the validation has to come early from your
yes,
family,
there has
in
to
your
be something that
community.
you grew up doing.
Your childhood. Your childhood plays
Mhm.
a role. We're finding out childhood play a role in everything, and we can't always
Childhood
use that as
everything. You cannot dismiss that. If you had a hard childhood or certain things happen to you within your childhood, if you don't deal with those things, it's gonna come out in every situation that you have.
it is. But you can't blame all of that because your parents did the best that they
They
could
did
at
the
times.
It's not about blaming, it's about reparenting yourself
And
or
accept it. Everything that we do is going to come back to
self.
you reparenting yourself and taking care of yourself and
Yeah.
loving
That's you.
yourself.
You're responsible for your own. That's why it's called self-esteem in Cat Williams' voice.
Wow.
Esteem
It's
of the
your esteem
motherfucking
of
self.
yourself.
That's what he said.
The
For
motherfucker
real.
can't tell me nothing. Aha. What
That
Kanye
shit,
said? What Kanye say?
man. I got a
Get your
ponytail.
life, give me. You what?
I got a ponytail. That motherfucker little though.
You got a ponytail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I,
I was listening to a lady, and we're gonna do our 40 plus podcast. That's gonna be one that's coming up. But I was
mm,
listening to a lady, and she made so much sense.
what she say?
And she said the older I get, the more simple I get.
Me too.
She
I
said
don't give
when
a
it
fuck
comes
about
to
a lot of stuff.
yeah, she said when it comes to this hair, she was like, I know a lady who go get her nails done and she paint her shit the same color every time. Keep it simple. She said, she said, when it comes to this hair, she said, I realized I don't like weave because it give me a headache. I don't like them tight wigs around my head because it pulls my hair off. She said, I'm gonna keep it simple. She had some cute little sister like she's like, this is all I need right here. I don't need nothing
That's
else.
why, and that's the reason why I started mine back because first of all, braids hurt.
Man, that
They
part.
be cute, but they hurt and it make my scalp hurt and it feel heavy. And I just don't want that. And then you don't realize till the closure all her up in the goddamn car door. Ain't nobody got time.
That's what she said. She said, I'm just gonna keep it simple. And she said, and it's got to the point. She said, I saw one lady talk about where she just buys all the same color pair of panties. Because why not? And just keep it simple.
Right. And then the same color and the same size. I mean
Exactly.
the same brand. I like hold
Listen.
on.
Exactly. The older you get, the more simpler your life gets.
Because a lot of times when you be doing all that extra shit is because you are searching for
Searching
outside.
for outside
You
validation.
want somebody
Exactly.
to say, "Oh, I like when you wear this like the
And a
lady
lot of people,
said,
we be
I
searching
like
for validation from opposite sex. And like I said, when
yeah,
you're younger, like you said earlier, when you're younger, you kind of need that. When you're a teenager first dating, you need that to make sure you're going in the right direction. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to what men, if you're a girl, what a boys may like, just because you're just starting out. But when you get older, baby, when you 40, uh-uh.
yeah.
Do you
I
really need
might
that?
need to. For me, it don't be outside validation. Like if I'm dating or whatever, I just like
Mhm.
communication.
Yeah, you need communication. That's your validation. I don't know for me. For me at this point in life, I'm just
Now,
like,
it's not a validate. That's just
yeah, you just like to
if you
communicate.
want to date me, you're gonna have to. It ain't
You're
nothing.
gonna
I can
date me.
validate myself. It ain't about that. It's just shit. Is are you like
You had to communicate, boo.
I had to, or I'm gonna be bored.
Yeah, I'm learning how to validate myself because I'm realizing that men really don't be paying that much attention to a lot of the shit that we do. Maybe it's just me, but uh they pay attention to certain things, but men, men like regular women, like we've been fucked up for so many years
Mm-hmm.
with this internet shit, and like it's all coming full
But
circles.
I think
Real,
some of them do. Some of them don't like Rick. Some of them don't.
yeah. Some of them we finding out a lot of men don't like women. They just like the
They
coochie
like
that comes on
pussy.
the woman.
Yeah.
Exactly. But a man, like, I'm just speaking from my experience. I'm realizing that my partner pays attention to me, but a lot of the extra shit I be doing, he'll be studying that shit.
Cause he know you a woman, and that's just we be extra.
Yeah, and that's what he said. He was like, I know you a woman, and women, y'all be doing a whole lot of shit. Just y'all extra. Like, y'all just need that. And it really be for y'all. Because really, we just be liking you for what you are, who you are. I was like, you know
Yeah.
what? And when he told me that, it just took a weight off my shoulder. Not saying I'm gonna just let myself go and all this stuff. And I'm not saying don't, let yourself
Don't
go. But
care
I'm just
if
saying,
you
like,
with me. Yeah.
yeah, like I don't need no validation. I need to validate myself. The shit that I do is for me. Like
Right.
I started back going to get my nails done because that's the shit I like to do. Okay,
Right.
this is what I want to do. I went bought me some perfumes and colognes because nigga, I like smell goods. I'm finna do what the fuck I want to
I
do.
like oils. They smell so good to me. And oil
Yes, so
incense and shit. That's like
yeah,
I
so
went
I
down there and I bought them oils and then I got the incense. I was like, damn, I forget. Like I used to. You just like as you go through life, you it don't even be that you. It's I don't even think sometimes it don't be about validation. It just be about time management.
yeah,
'Cause
and you be
if you're not
forgetting the stuff
making
that
your what you need and important, then you won't take care of yourself. Therefore, you
right.
will not validate yourself because a lot of times, as you get older, internal validation can come from just affirming yourself through regular shit like affirmations.
hmm And the shit that you like, and then too in relationships, you're growing yourself. Like relationships are really forced to make you grow to love yourself. It
Yeah,
teaches self
exactly.
love.
That's what. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Relationships and not just sexual or romantic relationships
Just in general.
in
Yes.
general are teaching you self-love. They're reflective of where you are, and
Mm-hmm.
like we said, if you don't love yourself, if the outside world is going to treat you how you treat yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and I liken it Bobby Hemming, he always said that. He said people get so wrapped up and think relationships about the other person. No,
But
relationship
it's
is
not.
about your
Just like
ass.
your book, The Mastery of Love. Like in
Yeah.
totality, basically all it's saying is how you love yourself is how you will allow other people to love you. So when
Yes,
you tell yourself,
relationships.
I'm gonna do this, your most important relationship is the one that you have with yourself.
Yes, relationships are about your ass, not the
And
next
I think
person.
a lot of times, like in that book, like it says that when you tell yourself, "Oh, I'm gonna do this," and you don't do it, then you're lying to yourself. So
Yeah,
if it's okay for you to lie to yourself, why is it not okay for other people to lie to you?
other people that lie to you.
And they fall
What?
into the four agreements too. And you know
Yeah.
he got a book called The Fifth Agreement, and then
Mm-mm.
it's another one about attachments. I ordered them. I'm gonna read them
Hmm.
just because I be.
I think you told me about the fifth agreement.
I ordered some just because I just finna start back doing what I like doing, reading
Yeah,
and
it's
just being
just being.
a nerd. Shit.
Exactly. That's why I said I'm gonna start doing what I ain't never done and set my ass down and just being. That's why I said I'm kind of excited about fall. Let that little crisp air hit me so I can walk my ass right back in the house and
What you
sit in the
said?
heat and rub my feet together.
Yeah, I'll
A
be at the
big.
basketball game.
Ooh, I know if my son make the team, I'll be there. But other than that, baby,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
I
be at
won't be doing
home under
too
my covers.
too much of nothing either. I'm gonna go and be supportive of my children, but that's to be honest. I really don't be wanting to do shit else. To be
I don't
honest,
either. I
because
don't. I be wanting.
I done done, like I want to interact and stuff, but like the shit that be available to do here, I don't want to do that shit.
Hmm. I don't either. Sometimes I don't, because some of the interactions just seem
It be like
forced.
not in no judgy way, but like I ain't vibrating there.
Yeah, it ain't like it used to be. Like when we used to go out and have fun. And times have changed. Times are different. It ain't.
Yeah.
It's not going to be the same, and we're all growing and evolving into different
Yeah,
things.
and I'm okay with change. I just know that there are certain places that I don't want to go. I don't want to go to that. I don't want to go if it's gonna be super loud and a whole lot
Mhm.
of hollering. I turn this shit the fuck down because I'm overstimulated. I get a headache. I can't call me 3 shots. I can't. That's the only way I can do it.
Well, like I said, I feel good when I dive in my bed and rub my feet
Man,
together.
this-
It's the best fit. It'll be
because
shit
it's
on TV.
relaxing and it's safe, and I don't nobody feel like all that extra shit.
And I told I done, I like I said, I keep saying I have a love hate relationship with TikTok, but baby, I've been getting on TikTok and I stare that motherfucker under my. I used to feel guilty about being on social media, but I feel like my brain is strong enough now to where I know majority of this shit is fake and it's just for entertainment purposes
And it
only.
do be for entertainment. It be interesting though. I like going down rabbit holes.
I do too, girl. Like I said, girl, I laid in my bed yesterday, watched a couple of Tubi movies, rubbed my feet together,
I
and
ain't got
got
to
on
work tomorrow.
TikTok.
Neither. I'm finna not do shit tonight.
But
I'm
I
having
gotta work for
other
me.
things to do in the morning though. But I'll be up at 4. It's okay.
Right. I gotta work. I'm gonna be at work 24/7. But hey, I ain't tripping.
But you don't. Your job is. I ain't saying it's not work, but it's not work.
My job is a lot of work. Don't say that.
I'm not saying it's not a lot of work. I'm saying it's not
It's stress free. But you know what? When I left enterprise, I told myself I never work a job where I have to use a whole lot of brain power.
I don't have to use a whole lot of brain power around me because it's really just being able to communicate, but
Yeah.
it's
I said
draining.
no. I said I'm not going to give. I don't want to work a job where I have to give somebody else all of my brain power. This was my exact
I'm
words,
never doing that again because
and I
I
have
always
manifested
say
it.
I don't know so fast. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know.
And
But
then
anyway,
okay, let me read this thing. All right, let me work on my reading first of all because last week I sounded like I couldn't read. We are fruit of your root, soil of your soil, bone of your bone, and blood of your blood. We boldly and graciously thank our ancestors for their guidance with our connection to source, to gaining peace in our mind, protection from monitoring spirits, and the ability to send negativity back to the sender, the wisdom to communicate truthfully from an open heart space, and allowing forgiveness to continue our open heart space, the clarity to see success and accept joy into our lives while sitting in a safe place, the ability to create necessities for health and good energy. We overstand, understand, and understand the strength and power that's being bestowed upon us. We accept the responsibility of the gifts passed down to us. We walk in your strength and power today and every day. Ashe.
amen.
Now
But
that tickled. Did you? The Fleece that was so funny last week with the amen, bro. I
I don't
listened to
know.
that about 7 times. I just kept I was like, this one ain't got not one lick of sense.
not, not a man. Not a man. And it's finna
Yeah,
get worse because ask me how many fucks I give. Ooh. Mm.
I don't care
Mm.
neither.
Exactly. Well, all right. Goodbye,
Alright,
good people. Until the
alright,
next time.
alright, peace and chicken grease.